Let go of the day and let this warm tale bring you to rest. Crocus and Primrose, a tale of boundless love. This story is about Crocus, who discovers his loving guardian, Primrose, in a magical flower, leading to a partnership that nurtures nature and embodies boundless love. On the outskirts of a small village, nestled between rolling green hills and azure skies, lived a young man named Crocus. Every day, Crocus would wander through the fields, tending to the flowers that painted the landscape with vibrant colors. His heart was pure, and his hands gentle, always careful not to harm a single petal. One spring morning, as the dew still clung to the buds and the air was alive with the scent of blooming flowers, Crocus discovered a peculiar blossom he had never seen before. It was a delicate flower with petals that shimmered like pearls and a fragrance that felt like a warm embrace. As he knelt down to touch it, a soft voice resonated. "I am Primrose, your loving guardian." Astonished, Crocus looked round, but there was no one in sight. The voice continued, "I have been watching over you and the fields for as long as you can remember." Slowly before his eyes, the flower transformed into a radiant figure. "I am Primrose, proud with us that sparkle like the stars and a presence that radiated unconditional love." Crocus felt an overwhelming sense of peace. He knew at that moment, his life was about to change in the most magical ways. Primrose explained how she had been a guardian spirit of the fields, ensuring the flora thrived, and she had observed Crocus's kindness over the years. She confessed she had grown fond of his pure heart and unwavering love for nature. Moved by her words, Crocus promised to cherish her and the fields, ensuring they flourished together. From that day onward, Crocus and Primrose nurtured the meadows as partners. With Primrose's guidance, Crocus learned the secrets of the earth, how to harness the morning sunlight, and how to speak the language of the wind. They shared an unspoken bond, communicating through nature's whispers and the rustle of leaves. Under their care, the fields blossomed like never before, becoming a sanctuary for creatures far and wide. Together, they would watch the sunset, their hearts intertwined in a silent promise of eternal love and guardianship. Crocus knew he was never alone. Primrose was always by his side, as a gentle breeze or a guiding light. And every spring, the flowers would bloom brighter, a testament to their unbreakable bond. The village soon discovered the transformed fields, and people came to admire the beauty and tranquility. Crocus was praised for his dedication, but he humbly credited Primrose for the magic that surrounded them. "It's all her love," he would say. As years passed, legends of Crocus and Primrose's boundless love spread far and wide, inspiring countless generations. They became a symbol of harmony between humans and nature, teaching that love knows no bounds. And so, the story of Crocus and Primrose lived on, in every petal that danced in the wind, and in every heart that wanted to love unconditionally. Heaviness drifts softly into the next comforting tale. Jan and the Firefly Heather Tinkertap. This story is about a pure-hearted boy named Dan and a firefly named Heather who teaches him to find beauty in the darkness. In a small village nestled between lush green hills, there lived a young boy named Dan. Dan had a wild imagination and a heart as pure as the water of the nearby brook. One warm summer evening, while chasing the last rays of the setting sun, Dan wandered into the forest. The forest was alive with the whispers of ancient trees and the songs of nocturnal creatures awakening. As twilight deepened, Dan noticed a soft glow flickering in the dark. With curiosity piqued, he followed the light to discover a luminous firefly named Heather. Heather's light shone with a gentle warmth, casting an ethereal glow on Dan's face. "Hello," whispered Dan, entranced by the little firefly's beating. Heather responded with dance of lights, flowing gracefully in the air. Dan's eyes widened with wonder as Heather formed intricate patterns, painting the night with her luminescence. Over the next several nights, Dan returned to the same spot to meet his new friend. Heather would greet him with her glowing presence, and they would embark on small adventures within the enchanted forest. Found hidden path, carpeted with soft moss, discovered secret clearings where mushrooms glowed like stars, and listened to the gentle hum of the forest's nighttime lullaby. One night, as Dan sat beneath the ancient oak tree, he asked Heather why she glowed so brightly. Heather postured dance and hovered gently before him. "I glow to remind others of the beauty in the darkness," she explained in a voice that sounded like the tinkling of tiny bells. Dan nodded thoughtfully, realizing that Heather's light was a beacon of hope and innocence in the shadowy forest. Their bond grew stronger with each passing evening, and Dan found solace and joy in Heather's presence. He learned to see the world through her luminous perspective, understanding that even the darkest nights held their own kind of magic. Autumn arrived, painting the forest in hues of gold and crimson, signaling that their time together would soon end. On their final night, Dan held Heather close, his heart swelling with gratitude and love. "Thank you, Heather, for showing me the beauty in the dark," he whispered. Heather's light glowed brighter than ever, illuminating Dan's face with a warm, tender glow. "Thank you, Dan, for seeing me," she replied softly before rising into the sky, her light merging with the stars above. As Dan watched his friend disappear into the night, he knew that her light would always shine in his heart, guiding him through the shadows with innocence and hope. Now, let's journey on with another gentle tale. Flower and Hannah's friendship. His story is about a young girl named Flower and a panda named Hannah who become inseparable friends and overcome sadness through their bond. Once upon a time, in a lush green forest, there lived a young girl named Flower. Flower loved to wander through the forest, feeling the soft breeze and listening to the melodic chirps of birds. On a sunny day, she stumbled upon a small panda cub crying under a large banyan tree. "Hello there, little one," she said softly. The panda looked up with big teary eyes, revealing its name as Hannah. Flower immediately felt a connection with Hannah. "Do you want to be friends?" she asked, and Hannah nodded eagerly, wiping away its tears. From that day on, Flower and Hannah became inseparable. They played hide and seek among the tall grasses and shared stories by the glistening stream. They discovered hidden paths and secret gardens. Flower taught Hannah how to create flower crowns, and Hannah shared the tastiest bamboo shoots with Flower. One evening, as the sun began to set, Flower noticed Hannah looking a bit sad. "What's wrong, Hannah?" she asked concernedly. Hannah explained, and it missed its family, who lived far away. Flower felt a pang of sadness for her friend. Then, she had an idea. "Let's write a letter to your family and invite them to visit," she suggested. Hannah's eyes lit up with hope. Together, they gathered berries and leaves to create a beautiful letter, decorated with Flower's delicate drawings. They tied it to a sparrow that agreed to deliver the message. Days turned into weeks, and Hannah often stared longingly at the sky. One afternoon, as they were playing by the stream, Flower heard a rustling sound. "Look, Hannah," she exclaimed. Emerging from the bushes were Hannah's parents. The reunion was filled with joyful tears and warm embraces. Flower watched happily as Hannah introduced her to its parents. "Thank you for being my friend," Hannah whispered to Flower. From that day, Hannah's family often visited the forest, and their bonds grew stronger. Clara and Hannah realized that true friendship knows no boundaries and can bring warmth even in the coldest times. And so, Flower and Hannah spent their days filled with joy, surrounded by the love of friends and family. Now, let's embrace the next chapter. Blossom and Kathleen, A Tale of Delight. This story is about Blossom, a young girl, and Kathleen, an ant, who forge a magical bond of friendship and delight in a meadow. Once upon a time, in a small village nestled between rolling hills and vibrant meadows, lived a young girl named Blossom. Possessing a radiant smile and a heart full of wonder, Blossom delighted in exploring the natural world around her. One sunny afternoon, while wandering through a flower-filled meadow, she came across an anthill bustling with activity. As she knelt to observe the little creatures, she noticed one ant that seemed different from the rest. This ant, named Kathleen, had a shiny exoskeleton and moved with a grace that caught Blossom's eye. Fascinated by Kathleen, Blossom decided to visit the meadow every day to watch the ants and learn their ways. Days turned into weeks, and a magical bond formed between Blossom and Kathleen. Blossom would bring sweet crumbs for the ants, while Kathleen would lead her to hidden nooks filled with the most beautiful flowers. As they spent time together, Blossom taught Kathleen about the world of humans, and Kathleen taught Blossom about the microcosm of the ants. One day, a storm ravaged the meadow, and the anthill was in danger of being washed away. Blossom could not bear to see her tiny friends in peril. Braving the storm, she used her small hands to shield and rebuild the anthill, ensuring the safety of its inhabitants. Kathleen, grateful for Blossom's bravery, led the ants in forming a heart shape on the ground as a token of their appreciation. The storm passed, and under a rainbow-streaked sky, Blossom and Kathleen stood together, symbols of resilience and friendship. From that day on, Blossom and Kathleen's bond grew even stronger, proving that delight could be found in the simplest acts of kindness and connection. Their story became a legend in the village, reminding everyone that friendships could blossom in the most unexpected places and that true delight lay in cherishing the world and its tiny wonders. Thank you for listening. Sweet dreams and peace.